talk about value. It's 2023, pricing wise, these phones are absolutely expensive. $1,200 kidney asking price for both phones, but again, Samsung is a little bit better than Apple because they actually offer free upgrade of the storage in select markets like US, so you can get 512GB model for the same price. They also have slightly higher trade-in values than Apple, plus you get slight discounts on other Samsung products.
New ports, there's some good stuff to unbox here, so let's do it. So starting with iPhone 15 and 15 Plus. This iPhone 15 here is the new blue color, and it is, I'm just gonna go ahead and rename this color to Barely Blue. I think that's an appropriate name because it really is barely giving hints of blue. You can really see it on the side rails too, but yeah, really subtle colors across the board this year. Anyway, the other things in the box are the paperwork, the single white Apple sticker, and there is no SIM card ejector tool here since they're all eSIM, at least in the US now. But most importantly, the new cable in the iPhone box for all new iPhones is a single white braided USB-C to USB-C cable. I think this is the first time the iPhone is shipping with a braided nice cable like this, so hopefully it'll be a higher quality and more durable than old cables we've been getting for years. So cool, USB-C cable, USB-C phone. Now if we take a look at the Plus, same idea, bigger box, but this new incredibly pale yellow. I mean, again, in perfect lighting at the Apple event, I think it looked a little bit more colorful, but it just looks extremely pale out here. And then we've got the Pro boxes for the Pro phones as well. Still white boxes, but dark wallpapers. So the iPhone 15 Pro I have here is the new dark blue color. I almost want to call this one Barely Blue again, but this time it's darker and kind of borders on gray when the light hits it from certain angles. Very safe. Same stuff in the box after that though, the paperwork, the white Apple sticker, and the new braided USB-C cable. And then our iPhone 15 Pro Max here is the new natural titanium color. And I gotta say guys, I think this is gonna be the one to get. It's the best color in person in the hand. I'll talk more about why in a minute, but there you have it. The slightly new unboxing experience on iPhone 15s and 15 Pros.
So making it a whopping 11 grams lighter than the Galaxy S23 Ultra's 200.
First of all, these pale colors, I don't really know how else to say it. Like, this might be totally fine with you. I always get told everyone's gonna put a case on their phone, which they probably are. But hey, Apple did spend a ton of time and money making this new softer touch satin finish on the back. And some of us will carry our phones around with no case. So it's worth mentioning. For the Pro phones, there's actually an extra layer of interesting though, because they've switched that rail material, the part that you actually touch on the outside, from shiny stainless steel to brushed titanium.
Now, titanium is only exclusive to the iPhone 15 Pro and the Pro Max. Now, perhaps the absolute biggest change on the iPhone 15 Pro and the Pro Max has to be the USB-C edition. And well, out of these two phones, only one of them is the clear winner. Can you guess which one? Yep, it's Apple. No, I'm kidding. It is actually Samsung. While both phones have Gen 3 USB-C port for 10 gigabit speed transfer, Samsung's USB-C port actually has brain cells to offer faster charging of up to 45 watts, while Apple still stays the same as the iPhone 14 Pro's charging speeds. The difference is hella noticeable as the S23 Ultra charges in under 1 hour time, about 57 minutes compared to 1 hour and 44 minute time that the iPhone takes for 0 to 100%.
So if you plug in any older Lightning iPhone into a USB-C iPhone, regardless of the charge state, the USB-C iPhone will always give battery to the Lightning iPhone, every single time, no matter what. Now, if you plug in another USB-C iPhone into your USB-C iPhone, it actually does a handshake where they talk to each other, figure out which one has the lower battery, and then the one with the higher state of charge goes, all right, I'm a battery bank, and I will start charging the one with the lower state of charge, all the way till you unplug it. So I thought that was pretty interesting, and it works pretty well. Then I decided to try a couple of Android phones and see if the same handshake happened. Basically what we found is if you plug into your friend's Android phone who has more battery than you and that phone has USB PD, it will actually act like a battery bank. But if the phone doesn't have USB PD, which is a bunch actually right now, it's pretty inconsistent and you could end up charging it or it could end up charging you. Literally unplug and try it again. but if it has USB power delivery, it will actually do the same handshake that the iPhones do.
Now display-wise, surprisingly, Apple hasn't done anything different here compared to last year's models. So we have slimmer bezels, but still with 2000 nits of brightness, which is more than the 1800 nits that we get on the S23 Ultra. The big difference comes down to the dynamic island build, which is a cool software trickery. I mean, it works great with third-party apps, giving you a pretty easy ongoing notification, but it's still not a major feature. I still personally prefer the cleaner look that we have on Samsung with that one punch hole in the middle. Especially when I'm watching Netflix, I just prefer to do that on my Galaxy S23 Ultra. Now performance is where Apple can cause serious problems for not only Samsung but other Android manufacturers as well. The iPhone 15 Pro comes with a 3nm Apple A17 Pro chip versus 4nm Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 on the S23 Ultra.
I've also been taking some pictures and videos with these new cameras to get a sense of how they perform. I will be looks to hear how the microphones sound, dark room, bring it out at night, shoot with some lights. No, it didn't fix it. Unfortunately, I'm sure the coding does some other. Lastly, I want to clarify the new camera behavior on the Pro phones. In the impressions video, I was a little down on the whole like 1x versus 1.2x versus 1.5x thing because I thought it was literally just a digital crop, which would be pretty pointless to me. But it's actually closer to a set of super res zoom presets that you can actually then digitally zoom between.
Here we go, best of Apple takes on the best of Samsung, the iPhone 15 Pro Max versus the Samsung Galaxy S23.